Hey friends, today I'm going to walk you through using the basic workflow of Ableton Live to build a track. Last week we were doing it with GarageBand, we were using the idea of layering and building, and now I'm going to show you how to do it with Ableton Live. And I'm going to do it using an 8-pack, just like you're supposed to be doing for homework. So I'm going to use 8-pack number 22, which is one that you don't have, but that's neither here nor there. So first thing I'm going to do is go to where I've downloaded the 8-pack, drag it in. Here's my 8 sounds. They're all WAV files, as you can see. And I'm going to drag it into the first spot in the audio one, not the MIDI one. Now you notice as I drag it in that they all want to go down the column, but I don't want that. I want them to go across the screen. So I hold down the Command key and you can see they now want to go across. So no command, command. Let go of the mouse first and it drops them all in. Now I'm going to get rid of these two MIDI tracks because they're just in the way. And I'm going to push this little triangle here just to open it up more and give me a little bit more space. So the first thing I should probably do is just preview each of my my samples here so I can just hear what it is that I've got and also adjust the volume levels if any of them are too high. So here's the first one. That's a beat. I might relabel that beat. So Command R lets me rename things. Beat. Let's see what this one is. I'll just stop that. Here's the next one. Another beat. So just call that beat 2. Let's see what's here. Got a lot of beats in this one apparently. Let's see what's going on here. Some kind of piano with some clicking. Let's see what's here. That's called a pad. When you have that sort of long held chord, that's a pad. Let's see what's here. A bass line. Next one. Bleep. Bit glitchy. And lastly, kind of a funky insect sound, isn't it? So let's see what I can do with all these. I think the pad's going to be a good one to start with. So I'll try that. And seeing as that's going to be my first one, I can delete all these scenes. It doesn't really matter. But I'll make that my first one, and here's the trick. I want that to be the one I start the song. So I'm going to click here on the empty one. And I can either 2-finger click or right click if you're using a mouse, capture and insert scene. And as you can see here, the actual command for it is Shift Command I. So I'm going to use that from now on. So there we have it. This is my first scene. And when I want to play that, I just click this triangle over here. Now, what should I add next? I think the insect sound is going to work. So let's try that. And when I press it, you know it's going to not come in until the next bar. So that's pretty cool. It's a bit loud, so I'm going to turn it down. Let's see how that sounds. And then I like those two together, so I click in here to highlight that one, and then Command Shift I, and there you can see I have my new scene. Now I've got to think what's going to come in next. I think the bass line would go well. Let's find out. Yeah, I like it, but I figure why not also bring in a drum beat? So I'll try this one. Let's see what it sounds like. I like that a lot. So I'm going to click down here again, Command Shift I or Capture and Insert Scene. Let's see where we're going. Let's have a listen to that. I don't think I'm quite ready to bring in more beats yet, but let's see what the beat glitch sounds like here with all that. I like it a lot. So we'll bring that in, capture and insert scene. And you can see now, I've already built up probably the first 30 seconds of my track. Let's hear what it sounds like. You can see here how many bars or how many times it's gone round. So I'm ready to bring in the next one now. Oh yeah, that's pretty cool. And my next one will be the beat. Here we go. I feel like the whole thing wants to be a bit faster. So I've gone to the tempo up here and just sped it up a little bit. That's better. Let's bring in the next one. 2, 3, 4. Alright, I think it's time for a change. I think I'm gonna try bringing in another beat and the piano click. But I think I want to get rid of the pad now just to see what that sounds like. And I might try getting rid of the glitch as well. Yeah, because that way you can really hear that piano now. Otherwise, remember the glitch was in the way there. If I get rid of that. Alright, I'm going to go here. You know what I'm going to do? Command-Shift-I. Capture and insert scene. Let's get that playing. What else can I do now? Let's try the first beat, see what happens. Here we go. Yeah. So again, go here, click here, Command-Shift-I. Now I'm cooking. And you know, while we're on it, let's just bring back in the others and see what they all sound like together. And this one. I think I want to get rid of the insect and maybe the other two beats. So I just have that sort of funky beat number 1 there. Let's see what this sounds like. Yep, that's going in. Capture and insert scene. And then I could just break it down going backwards and that would be a completed track pretty much. Let's hear how it sounds. Oh, actually, before I do, might as well just try and do a recording of it. I mean, what's the worst that can happen? I can just do it again if I don't like it. So why not just record? So I'm going to press this to stop all the clips. Press stop to drag back to the beginning. Now when I press record, what's going to happen is if you hit either this button here or press tab on your keyboard, you go around to the other side of Ableton Live. This is called the arrangement view. This is the session view and the arrangement view. And when you look on the arrangement view, it looks more familiar like it does in GarageBand. I'm going to close this down so you can see more of the screen. So right now there's nothing in there, but in a moment I'm going to hit record and I'm going to record my performance of this track that I've just made. So here's my starting scene. All the way down I've got 9 scenes. And away we go. So record is ready. As soon as I press play here, it's going to start recording. And you'll see it show up on the other side. There it is. Bit of panning. And I'm thinking in my rule of 4s or 8s, every change is happening in 4 or 8 bars. So I might start winding it down now. I'm going to come back to here. number 4. And I'll bring it out the way I started. I could just fade that out. And it records all the changes that I made as well. So like it records, for instance, the fade here, the panning, and you can see it show up here. If you look on the side here, you can see there's the fade I just made. The panning was on, where was the panning? Was it this one? Yeah, you can see there's the panning that I made. And the other one that I panned was this one. So you can see these two are both being panned. And that's the full track that I recorded. So if you want to listen to it, just press stop to take the thing back to the beginning and hit play. And now there's my recording. And of course, I want to hand it in as the assignment. So I'm going to press Command S. And I'll save it as, I'll put it in my 8th grade music folder. And I'll call it Mr. Gainsler's 8-pack. And then I'll just hand that in when I go to my, my files. Oh, by the way, there's the ASD files that Live automatically put into the folder. I want to go to my documents here, right at the top, 8th grade music. You can see it created a folder for the project, Mr. Gainsler's 8-pack project. There's the file that I'm going to hand in, the Mr. Gainsler's 8pack.als. And that's it. So also, as I said in class the other day, I can do edits to this later if I want. I could, highlight bits, delete them, do all sorts of things with them. But I'm not going to right now, so that's my full project. Thanks for watching.